Welcome to my video about what's in this package here. Let's get it open first things first. This is a pair of M9 Hall effect sensor gimbals and a special edition case for the Taranis X9D Plus. In essence, other than the removable antenna mod, it upgrades this to the special edition. I don't really need a removable antenna. I'm quite happy with what I've got at the moment. So let's have a look at these. We have two M9 gimbals. We've got all the wiring loom already pre-installed, cable tied on there with the wiring for the actual gimbals, and I assume these are for the trim or some other pots or something. I feel absolutely great. Obviously I'm going to have to change one to a non-spring centered mode 2, and all you do, I believe, you get the 4 mounting screws in the box here, and the little silver screw in there is what you use. On the side here you've got this metal bracket. You need to feed a screw in from the side to mount up against the retention bit here that removes the tension or spring tension from that, and then you apply it on the tension bars this side. I believe you would thread it in from this side across the semicircle here into the spring tension bar. If you wanted to do it, I don't know why you would want to do it on the left and right axis of the gimbal, but you can do the same on that. And there's two little Allen key holes here in between these two screws by the tension spring tension bar that move the bit the spring clips into here, moves it up and down to give you a different tension on the springs. But for me, how they come out of the factory seem quite alright to me. Just going to open the other one and just make sure that the spring tensions on both sides look about the same. Roughly do. So look at that, that looks all good. And obviously you will have, I think the tension bars go to the outside, so it'll be like that, face down, and then this wire routes around to the board at the bottom. Same in both packages. I believe they're pretty much identical, just mounted inverse on either side. So that's the two M9 gimbals. I chose the Rock Monster design because it's quite vibrant from the images on the store, and look, most suited for my taste, and it doesn't leave anything to be desired at all. It looks absolutely stunning. It's obviously been hydro hydro dipped, and it's got like a clear coat on it. Everything looks really nice. It looks OEM. And excuse me. Right, we get screws, 2 replacement sets of buttons for the menu, stickers, free sky, the switches, and a replacement screen that sits in here, which is cool. Always worried that you're going to damage stuff getting them out. And a couple of stickers at the back. So let's see what we get in here. They're the top left and top right switches, and then you get 2 other SF and SE. Obviously, they're the switches up here, aren't they? Right, well, SF, SE on the right hand side, and another one in here. Oh, SE and SF on the left, SH and SG on the right. Yeah, of course, it's a momentary switch on the top right. So, with that, I think it's time to get into moving everything over, minus the gimbals, from my original X9D Plus to the new shell. I don't know the right way of doing it, but it should be quite modular how it goes across, and I will leave a time lapse in, I suppose. Nothing left but to get on and do it. Jump in both feet and enjoy the result. So, just going to get a couple of things ready, and a cup of coffee, most importantly, before I start on this. I haven't got the special tool for the switches, but just a screwdriver, a flat-headed screwdriver, and a bit of intuition, and they just come loose very easily. I believe these knobs will probably just slide straight off. Yeah, they do. And to put them back on, well, they've got the collar underneath, like the switches have, but to get them reset properly, there's no cam or flat spot on the shaft. Just put the detent in the middle, line up the bit on the knob vertical in line with where you expect the detent to be, and there you go. The gimbals unscrew from the front. Obviously, take the module out, take the battery out, put those aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws on the back here. Loosen off all the switches. The aerial looks to will need to come out from the top and be slid in and reattached by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like it's it's cast into the back plate here. So, keep a time lapse, I suppose, and I'll rejoin you when it's back together. So this is the progress I've made. Everything, all the main board, the power board, the trim boards, all the switches and the loom, ribbon cable, LCD driver board, it's all transferred over on the front piece. The back piece, this momentary switch, the 2-stage switch and the other pots, main board, antenna. Had to desolder to get it out and resolder it back in. If you can solder, it's not too much problem as long as you attention to detail. So with that, I'm gonna put these M9 gimbals in. So first things first, I think what I shall do is set this one up for mode 2, which is this stick on the right from this view needs to be vertical motion bar sorted out, and that's just raise this spring up and put a screw in there. That's just so the head's just touching the housing. That looks like it's going to keep it in place, and right, that's cool. That's nice and unsprung. I'm going to do quite a lot of smooth tension and just have a ever so slight little bit of ratchet on it, just to give me a little bit of tactile feedback. Okay, I do believe that's how I would like it. Very, very strong centering. You can definitely feel when your stick's centered, which is nice. Okay, before I button this up, it's completely done minus tightening these two switches up, which are part of the case join. Things to note: this, unless you've got the done a removable antenna mod, you do need to desolder this. This was the only questionable part of the mod. You don't get a spare bar to retain the speaker or the double-sided foam, but it's easy to get it off all in one. The bar, I just took a scalpel or an X-Acto or a little surgical blade, just took the head off the old case in here and released the bar, pushed it on. It's got a good friction fit, and combined with a pad it would probably stay on, but I put a dab of super glue on the top, as I did with the new buttons here. They push onto two locating pins, top and bottom. Just put a dab of super glue on them to retain them. They'd probably be retained anyway. To get the gimbals in, you may have been able to wiggle them in there past the trimmers, but the K1 trimmers down here, it was easier just to remove those
and it was still a little bit iffy trying to get it in without pinching everything. These wires, they are just long enough. Position this cable tie that comes from a factory in such a way that it gives you the best opportunity to bend it downwards. Tension bars outwards. Not much else to say. It was rather easy to install this. This does have a protective film on. Yeah, it does. I decided to leave all the stickers off for now. If I decide to in the future, put them on. It's really easy to. So I'm just going to run through a final check. Just make sure everything's tightened down. Just tweak these gimbals just a little bit more and torque them down. Check all the screws for the main board and everything. Then I'm just going to put the two halves back together. I think I'm going to use the new screws just for the sake of, you know, using the new hardware. So I'll time lapse for this until it's all buttoned up and ready to go, and maybe you can join me when I plug the battery in and turn it on first. Trial. The other thing to mention, these nuts on the back of the handle and the one that holds the neck strap portion, M7 fits it, but I think it's something like a 5/16 or a 7mm. Both generally work. It's a little bit sloppy on it, but that's what I used and it worked fine. So right, I'm gonna check these screws and screw it back together. Okay, just a second finished buttoning it all up, tighten these up. Might be worthwhile getting some of these custom, I think it's Star Power makes them coloured anodised little rings for these, and they come with a tool. Slightly out. What can I say? It looks absolutely stunning. Really, really nice. Reminds me of the like the manga cartoon skit bits in Natural Born Killers. Well, fingers crossed.
Welcome to OpenTX. Throttle warning.
Well, obviously that's going to need calibrating. All my pots and switches are working. So, I believe, long press on menu, and
1 minute.
Right, calibration. The timer, obviously counting up when my throttle's anything less than minimal, hence why it was counting up for us. But if we go to page, the sticks are absolutely bang on. That looks absolutely brilliant. Feels very, very nice. I believe these might be out because of my sub-trim and endpoints for this model that had previously been set. Sorry about that, the camera seems to have died. Don't know what the good air is going to be like on on here. But yeah, the endpoints are probably set for this model due to the old gimbals, 97.3. So if I just X out of there, select the default model in here. There you go. Channel 1 minus 100, about centre, yeah, roughly. Maximum you can attain 100. Same with the rudder, just about, yeah, 99 point. Depending where you are, 99.3, 99.5. So there or there. Oh, well, down the bottom right you can attain 100. So it's just borderline, but you don't need the maximum throws. But that's rather stable, to say the least. Well, don't know what else to say. I think I'm going to leave it for now because it's getting on 4 AM. And I think I'm going to round this up tomorrow after using it a little bit. So, come to the end of the video, upgrade to my X9D Plus with the Hall effect sensor gimbals and the SE case. As you can see, put some extra little customization on here, the star power switch nuts. Well, get to the bottom of it. I've been out flying my large quads, 5-inch propped quads, my small quads, which are micro brushless, fixed wing and simulator. What to say, on all fronts it's absolutely amazing. I loved my Taranis before I upgraded to the gimbals and the rest of it. Now it feels even nicer and it feels and looks even more special. So if you're in two minds about doing it, it takes a bit of work transplanting all the circuit boards and stuff and so forth, but the end result is worth it. And I hope the instructions that I've put the notation on in the time-lapse, there's stills taken from that showing exactly which parts I did at which stage. If you've got any questions or anything, I'll be happy to help you out and answer them. Final thoughts? Do it. Yeah, it's a bit of money to chuck at it, but it's priceless once you've achieved what this ends up like. So, hope you found this video helpful. See you later.